had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field.
They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up
with the Minnesota Vikings. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Fielded right around the 8. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Here's Mayfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Shedding the tackle, and gives him some room. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, for a tight end, he can definitely motor it. He shows off the wheels there after the catch as he's able to shake free.
Yeah, and this is what we mean when we talk about flipping the field, having your offense look at going a long way to a short way after he makes a play. His ability to do that, evident. He's able to make the catch there, keep his momentum going, and just continue downfield.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at second and goal.
They'll try again.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up third down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory.
Third and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. Now Mayfield. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. Mayfield looks to throw.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
On second down, it's Cook again.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Out to his left. And it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll do a nice job here just to find his way back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Back to throw. Ross. It's caught on the right side of Smith. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough, and I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down.
Now, that was a designed run. Now, remember, if a quarterback goes feet first, he's protected. But if he dives head first, he's not. On that play, he figured the risk was worth the reward.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now they'll run it on the toss. A beautiful fake. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And to give this time to the tailback. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
From the gun, Mayfield. And this one's incomplete.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Mayfield now. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 24-yard line.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. 6-0 our score after 1.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. On first down, right back to Gibson.
It showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. Throwing, Mayfield. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
The frustration evident there, because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So we would have figured that one to be 3 points in the bank, but this game, you know, can be unpredictable at times.
Yeah, he knew he needed to pull it ever so slightly to get it going in the right direction, but he seemed to put a little too much on it, and from short range, that is a bad miss for an NFL kicker.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On 2nd down, Cook. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
Third down, Ross. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Here's a quick throw to Thielen. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Usually see those guys out wide get called for holding on running plays. Here, a passing play.
Yeah, sometimes when you get this quick screen, bubble screen, anything where they're having to block for their fellow receiver, usually at the point of attack, and this time he got caught.
Cook following the penalty. He juked him. Cook a first down and more. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings.
Boy, the word with Dalvin Cook is explosiveness. I'm not sure there's anybody in the league that has the acceleration that he does, and he put it to good effect there.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates. They're looking at you. And let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works. But he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Here's Beckham now. It's a jet sweep. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
That would almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 10.
Now a give running right, it's Cook. And some space here. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
92 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Looking to throw. Ross. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Ross. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there for Minnesota. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Ross. Buying time to his left. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. They'll try and throw for it. And it's incomplete, but a flag is down here, so hang on. Let's see what we've got. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking like the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
But he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Now Mayfield lost the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big connection on that one. 38 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Mayfield. And his throw here is incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And again, it's Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They start the drive with Cook. Fights him off. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Ezra Cleveland, the guard, called for the penalty there. Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half.
Taken at about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the 2nd half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Off the bootleg. Ross.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
To throw is Ross. To throw on 3rd down.
Oh, what a catch there by Thielen.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Cook running right. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Here's Ross to throw on 2nd down. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Ross. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. Dances by him. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've got to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Could you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
He completes it to Beckham. Touchdown! Odell Beckham. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up.
This time the extra point up and good. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here.
Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Ross off the play fake. This to C.J. Ham, the fullback. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it to slot receivers? But the only guys can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
Tackle made by Chase Young.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Ross now. Off play action. They'll roll him out right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not.
And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now Ross looking to throw on second down. Only able to gain a couple there. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Back to throw. Ross. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. Off play action. Ross. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. And to give this time to the tailback. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw, Mayfield. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And all the way down to the 37. A huge play there for Washington.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. breaks through the contact, and he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
They'll try to run this one in, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season.
And Washington has taken the lead.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1.
Well, now how about this return?
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
At their own 33-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail 20-13 our score as they have it 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Hands it off out of the gun.
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
To throw is Ross on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He'll return it from the 6. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. He finds his target, Beckham. Again the juke. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
Now a handoff here to his running back, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
52 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete, and he's going to get this inside the 30.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Now they try the right side here. And down inside the 15 he goes.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
They'll run with Gibson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Flushed out right. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Here's Ross from the gun on 3rd down. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Ross to throw on 2nd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Ross now on 1st down.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now Ross looking to throw on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Santos with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each ending in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack, or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
Escapes the defender. Still shedding tackles. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
88 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee. Down to one knee goes Mayfield, and that's all she wrote.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So it's Washington getting the victory here.
And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that.